Hey, this is Pastor Lafayette. Thanks for joining me today. It is Friday, the last vlog of this week, and we are in Psalm chapter 54. It says this, verse 1, and we went over part of this, about half of this yesterday. Save me, O God, by your name, and vindicate me by your strength. Hear my prayer, O God. Give ear to the words of my mouth. For strangers have risen up against me, and oppressors have sought after my life. They have not set God before them. Selah. Behold, God is my helper. The Lord is with those who uphold my life. He will repay my enemies for their evil, cut them off in your truth. I will freely sacrifice to you. I will praise your name, O Lord, for it is good. For he has delivered me out of all trouble, and my eye has seen its desire upon my enemies. We went through the first part, verses 1, 2, and 3 yesterday, talked about people who have not set God before them. Now this whole thing is all about God being on our side. As it says, if God is for us, who can be against us? It's crucial to understand our place in him and his place in us. It says in verse 4, Behold, God is my helper. I realize that's a very simple phrase, but is he? Do you proclaim that? Do you declare that? Is that a truth? Do you say, God, you're my helper? God's my helper. When you get into a situation, is it God, you're my helper? Or is it, man, who's going to help me? I mean, seriously. Our first response should be God's my helper. And he'll either produce it through someone else or some other miracle. God will do it. The Lord, verse 4, the second part, the Lord is with those who uphold my life. Because I'm a believer, the Lord is with those who help me. People who ridicule me, curse me, who try to run me down, not in a good position. But those who want to uphold my life and help me, want to help me to become better, to become more, who pray for me, who seek my goodwill, the Lord's going to uphold people like that. People at your workplace that care about you and really want to help you out, sincerely concerned about you, he is with them. Verse 5 says, He will repay my enemies for their evil. Cut them off in your truth. Repay my enemies, and he will. When he says, cut them off in your truth, I just want you to think about that for a second. He didn't say cut them off with the sword and just dash them to pieces. He said, cut them off in your truth. You see, all men, all women have the opportunity to follow God freely and serve him. And the Lord wants to do amazing things with them. David is actually being kind of careful here, I believe, in that he's saying, Lord, let your truth be the deciding vote, the deciding factor. Not just if they don't like me or if there's something wrong with me, but Father, in your truth, you know what's right, what's wrong. You know what's best, what's not. So in your truth, deal with them. I mean, if it's just my truth, it's my issue. If I just have a problem with somebody, Lord, that could be just me. And Father, your truth is what's important. Not how I feel, but what you know. Verse 6 says, I'll freely sacrifice to you. I will praise your name, O Lord, for it is good, and it is good, my friend. The name of the Lord is good, and freely sacrifice means I'm not going to do it because I'm compelled or pushed or forced. It's not like that. I will give to you. It's almost like David is saying, especially in those days. Sin sacrifices were required. If you did, trespasses, anything like that, it had to be covered with sacrifice. But David's saying, listen, Lord, I'm going to sacrifice to you beyond just what's required of me. Beyond the sin sacrifice, beyond the sacrifice of my first fruits and of my wealth and so forth. I'm going to sacrifice to you freely. I'm going to go beyond what you require. Listen to me. This is something crucial. I'm going to give you more than you require of me because you're worth more to me than just a portion or a piece. That is how you need to be thinking. Verse 7, He's delivered me out of all my trouble. Just think about that. David hadn't seen the end of his life, but he's saying, the Lord has delivered me out of all my trouble. And I believe that David probably would say, and He will deliver me. That's exactly what Paul said. Out of all these things, He's delivered me and will. God is faithful. He can be trusted. You can put every ounce of hope in Him. Thanks for joining me today. Have a great weekend. God bless you, and talk to you Monday. Bye-bye.